This is Britain's busiest airport, with nearly 500,000 planes taking off and landing every year. It's currently Europe's #1 airport. But competition from abroad is hotting up.
Are you sweating as well? Me too.
And with nearly 80 million passengers expected through Heathrow this year,
Sometimes I feel I'm going to have a heart attack.
Yeah, ambulance, please.
it's down to the army of nearly 77,000 staff to keep their airport at the top of the table.
My pleasure.
There'll be some familiar faces and some new ones.
It's your back garden. You're in charge of this, you're the landlord.
On the airfield, in the terminal,
Can you see the knife?
I can see it.
and for the first time,
Passports out of your pockets, please.
we'll go to the front line of Britain's biggest border.
So if you just look at me, straight on, put your head up.
Everyone is working harder than ever to keep Heathrow at #1.
You left the ticket.
It's 4:49 a.m. and the first flight of the day is about to land into Heathrow.
The final 15 miles of 9,000 miles. Qantas 9, wind is 360 degrees, 6 knots, 09 right, cleared to land.
The plane arriving is about to make aviation history. Departing from Perth, Australia, it's the longest non-stop flight ever to land at Heathrow.
Qantas 9, congratulations on your inaugural non-stop service and welcome to Heathrow.
It's the end of a record 17 hours in the air for this Boeing Dreamliner 787.
Qantas 9, I can say after many years of planning, it's an absolute pleasure to be here.
For Heathrow, it's the dawn of ultra-long haul, or ULH as it's known in the aviation business. And they're rolling out the red carpet for this historic moment.
Morning, how are you?
Good morning, good. How are you today?
Good, thank you.
Excellent. All the way on this one.
Yes, looking forward to it.
It may be just another flight to add to Heathrow's schedule, but for Qantas and its chief engineer James, it's a giant leap for aviation.
Back in the early days, it got the name of the kangaroo route because it was multiple hops from Australia up to the UK. Today, we've done it in one go. It's flown 14,500 kilometres. We've left Perth with around 98 tonnes of fuel, and we've landed today with plenty for another hour of holding. It's kind of a milestone in aviation, so we're very, very pleased to have been involved in it.
Ultra-long haul will bring more people to Britain from further away in shorter travel times. But however long your journey, you will need some form of passport to enter the UK.
Thank you very much. Bye.
6 years ago, the Home Office created Border Force, merging responsibility for immigration, customs and intelligence matters across all UK ports and airports.
Anybody who's coming into the UK is subject to scrutiny, including returning British citizens as well.
How long have you been away for, sir?
1 week.
1 week. And where are you travelling back to in the UK now then, sir?
Hendon.
Hendon.
World famous Hendon.
It is, sir. There we are, sir.
In the old days when we were just immigration officers, that was our primary and only role. Now, of course, we're also detection officers, but we're actually customs officer trained, but we're also looking at counter-terrorism as well. We're looking at all those various things. Every section has its part to play.
A major part is customs. Extra vigilance is required when checking baggage entering the country for anything that may be linked to criminal activity. Despite Britain being one of the safest places to do business, it's been estimated up to £90 billion in crime proceeds was laundered in the UK last year.
Hello, sir. Can I see your passport, please?
Arriving from Ghana, this passenger has declared he's bringing £114,000 cash into the country.
Where do you normally live?
I live in Ghana.
Okay. And how long will you be in the UK for?
30 days.
30 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're carrying more than 10 grand from outside the EU, you have to prove where the money's come from and what it's for. Border Force Ramia has to establish that it's not for illegal use.
Where has it come from, the money that you're carrying?
Yeah, through the trading that through the business that I'm doing.
But do you have any evidence to show that it's come from your business?
The newly arrived passenger claims the £114,000 is for buying second-hand car parts from England. And although he does have some documents, Ramia's colleague Alan has discovered an irregularity.
2010, 2011, no relevance at all to
Okay,
this.
so...
Have a quick look through this one.
So these documents, my colleagues were saying, are from 2010.
Yeah, but I have the current document, but I forgot to bring it. It just escaped me. I always bring it.
You're a
Because
businessman.
normally, when I declare this, I normally declare here.
Yeah.
You can check from the, if you, the
So
system.
you have declared money previously?
Yeah, in your system, you can check it from
And
your system.
the amounts that you have declared, are they similar to this amount?
At times, it's more than that.
More than this amount?
Yeah, you can check from your system.
Okay, so can you show me the money that you're carrying?
I'm sorry, please. Check it.
So this is 114.
No, 100. It's 14,800. It's not 100. Hey, 114,000. I'm a rich man if I have that money.
You have written 114,380.
No, it's 14,000.
You have 114,380.
No, maybe it's a mistake. I don't have 100,000, please. I don't have. Maybe it's a written mistake.
While one mistake might be cleared up, he's not out of the woods yet.
Regardless, if you have 10,000 euros or equivalent,
Yeah.
you need to declare it, which you have done.
Yeah.
But you still need to provide evidence of where the money has come from. And at the moment, you're not able to provide any evidence of where the money has come from. The paperwork that you've provided us with is 8 years out of date.
The ones come through my business.
Where's the evidence to show that it has come from your business?
Without proof, Border Force can confiscate this businessman's money, potentially forcing him into an early retirement. Out on the airfield, Chief Airside Operation Trainer Simon is also heading to retirement, of sorts.
I've reached a point, Ian, after 27 years, and I'm still only 32. I really do need to just try and push on and do something a little bit different, use my knowledge. Yeah. I started working here when I was 18, so it's a case of this has been my life.
Trainee Ian is out for his last session with his mentor Simon.
Before I go, you really need to try and squeeze what you can out of me.
You mean I need to be like a dementor and just suck it all out like Harry Potter?
I won't be giving you my phone number, though. No offence, I want to draw a line.
And today's lesson is all about preparing for air traffic control's runway change.
25 November, clear takeoff, 27 right, service 20.
This daily ritual redirects arriving and departing planes from one runway to the other, orchestrated by controllers like Jules.
So at 3 o'clock every afternoon we swap from being 27 right for departure to 27 left departure, or vice versa. So we'll do what we call an alternation.
Heathrow is located in the sought-after residential area of West London. As the number of arrivals and departures has increased, so has the noise, if you live underneath the flight path.
We alternate at 3 o'clock to ease the noise so that you're not under the final approach 24 hours a day. You're only under it for half the day. So we try and spread the noise around as much as possible.
Ahead of the change, the runways need to be inspected.
Tower checker. Checker holding short of Alpha Bravo 13 for a routine surface inspection of runway 27 right.
Checker, roger, hold short of
27 right, I will call you.
Checker holding short 27 right.
Ian, that was good. You're actually starting to sound a little bit normal now, not so robotic.
Hiya, I'm just checking my inspection gap. Is it after the Singapore? Lovely, thanks very much.
Still, it makes me amazed how those things fly.
Checker, enter 27 right, Alpha Bravo 13.
Here we go.
Checker entering runway 27 right.
Good. Try and really be bolder and louder with the air.
Simon and Ian have only minutes to carry out their inspection.
So remind me what we're looking for?
Looking for FOD, any massive cracks that suddenly appeared. Looking for the birds, just any bird or any wildlife activity.
Upstairs in the tower, They're notifying the incoming planes of which runway they're landing on.
883, continue approach 27 right.
There is a routine runway inspection in progress.
And the departing planes, how long they have to wait until they can take off.
Speedbird 906 November, plan is 4 minutes if you'll be ready for landing.
We have both runways checked because any foreign object on the runway can be dangerous to aircraft, because sometimes it can be a piece of metal which could burst a tyre or something like that.
Looks like plastic bag to me, I'm not sure though. Can you grab that from you?
Okay. But obviously if an airplane's taking off and something that could be ingested, it could damage the engine and cause the airplane a problem.
So that piece of plastic, if it was to blow onto the surface, a pilot might assume it to be something else, like a piece of metal or something, even though we know that it's not.
Yeah.
Inspection over. Both runways are now foreign object-free zones, ready for the 3 o'clock switch.
Tower checker vacated to runway 27 right.
Checkers, thank you very much. Speedbird 994, Golf clear takeoff 27 right, surface wind 1808 knots.
Well done. Very good. Perhaps I might get you through this training course after all.
God willing, eh?
Yeah.
As the first plane departs on a nice clean runway, back at arrivals, Border Force Ramia is speaking with the National Crime Agency.
He didn't give me a name.
She's investigating a Ghanaian businessman because he turned up with 14 grand cash in a brown envelope without any proof of where it's come from.
If the worst happens and the investigation team want to detain that money for investigation, the money has to go in front of a magistrate within 48 hours. He will listen to the circumstances and he will make a decision. He will either decide to give the money back to you immediately or he will give the investigation team a month, 6 weeks, 8 weeks to look further into the origins of the money.
Okay.
The businessman claims the last time he came to the UK, he brought £12,000 cash to buy car parts and declared it.
Okay, sure. Hold on 1 second. When you brought that money in last time you entered the UK, did you declare that money?
Yeah, when I was coming, I'm not holding up to that 10,000. No, when you're holding more than 10,000 £10,000, then you need to declare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
12,000 is more than 10,000. So tell me again, how much money did you bring into the UK last time?
9,000 price.
Okay, and you didn't declare that?
I didn't declare that.
Okay. Did you not say to me earlier that you have declared money previously many times and that we should check our record to verify that you had declared the money?
It appears there's a change in this businessman's story, and Border Force Ramia is not convinced.
Yeah, he said he brought in £9,000 approximately, and he didn't declare that money. Before he said 12,000. There is discrepancies in the story that he's saying.
Her trainer Mark is impressed with her confidence in questioning.
I've been in the job 34 years, and to see Ramia actually do this, you know, she's only been in the job 8 months. Fantastic. The way she's questioning it is brilliant. Really, really, really impressed.
No, I'm very nervous. Maybe you can't see it, but I am very nervous. It's their money, and it's not natural to stop someone and, you know, to question them about it, and to be authoritative is difficult. But then if it's linked to criminality, then that has a dire effect on our society. So it's really important what we do. There's also the element of you don't want to detain or seize someone's genuine money. You don't want to do that either.
Border Force Ramia will now check out the companies the man does business with to see if he's telling the truth.
If the guest sees, it's difficult for me. I'm sure this morning that I'll use some to purchase food, transport. So if the guest sees, I'll be worried.
There are 4,000 flights in and out of the UK every day, with a third of those arriving and departing from Heathrow. This makes the airport a prime place for plane spotting. And today there are flight tracking apps allowing anyone to identify any commercial airplane in the sky from their smartphone.
I'm looking at the flight radar on my phone just to check where my boyfriend is, where his plane is. It's just turning into one now. Oh my gosh. I bet he is so excited. He'll be on that plane so hyper. I can just imagine him.
Arriving from Tokyo, Japan, Kazumasa is about to land into Terminal 5 to meet his 22-year-old girlfriend Valerie, whom he met online.
We met on a language learning app, and we've been dating for 6 months. We feel like we've been dating for years. We know each other so well. We talk so much. We probably talk more than people that live together. That's what we say anyway. I think it was our common love for planes that brought us together. Tomorrow for Valentine's Day, we're planning to come back and do some plane spotting near the airport, because you can see them coming in really low. So exciting.
To add to Valerie's excitement, tomorrow's Valentine's Day won't be the only first for her and Casamassa.
So, is this the first time you're going to have met?
Yes, this is our first time of meeting in person. It's overwhelming, actually, to think that he's going to be here any minute. But I guess when I see him, my body will just take over and something will happen, I don't know. Right now, it's plane a week just passing. Oh, I can't believe it. Oh my God.
Casamassa is arriving on a Boeing 777, which is currently the best-selling wide-body aircraft in Boeing's history, although this plane-spotting factoid may not currently be on Valerie's mind.
Yeah, it's him. I think it's him.
Valerie.
Guys!
Valerie. What time no sleep?
I know, I promise. I can touch you.
I
You're not on video call.
I'm sorry. I'm a little bit embarrassed. The best feeling.
I have no idea. I can't.
I can't be happier. I love you, Valerie.
I love you, Kaz. I'm so sorry for my red cheeks.
Red cheeks? No, Valerie. I love it.
Out on the airfield, another love story is reaching its fairy tale ending. Chief Trainer Simon is on his final shift at Heathrow.
Since the age of 10, I would cycle up with my bike and watch the aeroplanes, take pictures of the aeroplanes. It's actually quite nice that after 27 years I'm leaving, but I'm leaving and passing over to someone with equal passion and desire for these bits of tin.
Vivid 792, contact under control.
118.825.
Sorry, 118.825, 792, bye.
Bye-bye.
Before Simon can say his last goodbye, a situation has arisen, and one of his beloved pieces of tin needs his help.
There is an A380 inbound to stand 342, and I believe that there is a problem with the computer that parks the aeroplane. So this is a reason for still getting those table tennis bats out.
Simon's training technique is about to be put to the final test. Ian will be parking the largest commercial plane on the planet, with over 500 people on board.
And here we are, stand 342. It's in Terminal 3. Control tower's not far away. They'll be looking out, keeping an eye on you. So put on a good performance.
The A380 weighs a whopping 650 tons and has a wingspan nearly the size of a football pitch, meaning the airports it lands at have to be equipped to cope with its incredible size.
Ian, is your main concern stopping it in the right place?
Yes, because of the doors, you've got to make sure those in the right place for the doors so they can get on, otherwise you'd have to get the tug to push it back. You see the size of it, it's a massive aircraft. You know, to put it on 8 inches, no pressure.
Okay, Echo Juliet, that's our one. It's a big aeroplane. Make yourself really bold and visible.
Okay.
Get them going really good. All the way out and all the way in. Good. Okay, start walking backwards. Right on the line. Hold it. One arm.
Will Ian have hit his 8-inch mark?
There's 550 people on there. You, with your little hands, have safely guided that to arrive at Heathrow Airport. Right under the nose of the air traffic controllers. I'm sure they were looking down and giving you a round of applause at the same time. That's not easy. I think I'm ready to say that you're ready to start marshalling properly. These were handed down to me by the person that trained me. I'm pleased to pass over these to you as a recognition of what you've just done.
It's a pleasure, thank you, and I shall treasure them always, and take good care of them. All the best, Simon.
Look after them.
Oh, I will.
Look after them.
I will. How many aircraft have these actually parked onto stands? You know, if only they could talk and tell us the stories they could tell, that'd be fascinating, you know? No.
Many people believe money does talk. Border Force wishes it could. Then they could decide whether this man's £14,000 is from his business or not.
Well, what is going on with the money?
What's going on with the money? I'm doing genuine business. I'm not dodgy. I don't do dodgy business. I don't.
With the increase in electronic payments, only 40% of transactions in the UK are made with cash. In Ghana, 75% of businesses still rely on notes and coins.
How do you feel?
I feel good. Because I know they are doing their job.
Border Force Ramia has heard back from her contact to the National Crime Agency and lets her supervising officer know.
She's had a word with the suppliers, and they are expecting him, and they've verified that he does meet them 3-4 times a year, and he pays them in cash. So therefore, they're happy to let the money go.
Fair enough. Let's go and give him the good news then, shall we?
Sir, if you'd like to come over, we're happy to let the money go. But just so you know, next time you come into the UK, if you are carrying money that's equivalent to 10,000 euros or more, carry evidence of where the money has come from. You can put your money away while I'm dealing with it. In this instance, I was happy to let him go, but still not completely satisfied with what he's told us.
I feel great. I feel very great. But I hope next time, when I'm coming around, I'll bring all my documents. This is a lesson for me, and I'll learn more from it.
Naturally, I'm a very shy, quiet person, but then each time I deal with a case, it gives me more confidence. So next time, I know how to deal with it better. Yeah.
Hamlet A, capital Anderson. Woo, woo, woo.
Yeah, so in for a right treat coming over to the Royal Suite. This is dignified logs.